You ever notice something weird, like how some men today look normal? No big skills, no fancy degrees, no big aura, nothing loud, and still, somehow, they're quietly stacking cash like a secret storm that nobody sees coming. It feels strange, right? Like, how can a man with nothing special become unstoppable in the new economy? Why do so many men work hard, but they never escape struggle? Why do they chase skills, chase money, chase people, chase approval, but nothing really changes? Why does it feel like the economy rewards the calm men? The men who don't chase, the men who move with a quiet mind, the men who walk like they already know something. And why do the loudest men stay broke while the calmest men grow rich? Today you're going to learn the real reason, why detachment makes money follow you, why purpose makes opportunities show up, why silence builds cash flow faster than struggle, and how skillless men are winning without playing games, without trying to impress, and without burning their souls trying to prove themselves. By the end of this video, you won't just know the new economy, you'll know how to walk through it with power, quiet power, the kind that builds cash flow without you forcing anything. Why men who chase stay broke, and why detached men build cash flow. Look, let me ask you something strange. Why do the men who try the hardest usually earn the least? Why does the man who runs everywhere end up going nowhere, and the man who moves slow, quiet, calm, ends up building money like he's got some hidden switch inside him? It feels unfair, almost like the world is upside down. But what if it's not unfair? What if it's a formula? A formula nobody taught you. Why do most men think the answer is more effort, more hustle, more grinding, more motivation, but the more they try, the more life pushes back? Why do so many men chase money the same way they chase relationships, trying to prove they deserve something, instead of becoming the type of man who attracts everything? Why do guys sit glued to their phones, hunting for the next skill to learn, when the men making real cash today aren't even chasing skills, they're chasing clarity, and clarity gives them money faster than talent ever could? Why do some men stay scared to lose time, lose opportunities, lose approval, while others stay calm, even when everything looks uncertain? Why does the calm man win? Why does the world reward a man only when he doesn't seem desperate for the reward? Here's the real reason. Money follows detachment, the same way attraction follows detachment. Not because you ignore money, not because you pretend you don't care, but because the new economy rewards the man who isn't emotionally controlled by outcomes. Think about the modern world. It's fast, unstable, loud. People panic, people fear, people overreact. But the men who make the biggest moves, they're the ones who stay silent inside, still, clear, focused on building, not chasing. This is why skillless men are winning right now, because the new economy isn't a skill economy, it's a clarity economy. A man with calm thinking can use basic tools, AI tools, simple digital systems, small online plays, tiny services, and turn them into cash flow without needing genius-level skills. The world now rewards emotional steadiness, not perfection. Think about it. A calm man can see opportunities other men miss. A calm man can wait for the right opening, while emotional men panic. A calm man creates value because he thinks straight. And when a man thinks straight, he makes money straight. That's the hidden game. The subtle shift you must learn. You stop chasing money. You start studying space. You start studying silence. You start studying the way the new world works. And suddenly, things click. Cash flow appears in small streams first, then bigger ones, because when you are detached, your decisions become clean, your moves become sharp, your time becomes expensive, your presence becomes rare, and rarity prints money, just like rarity creates attraction. Look at the men rising right now. They're not loud talkers, They're not flashy flexers, they're not over-explainers, they're quiet guys with laptops building tiny systems that make money even when they sleep, not because they're gifted, not because they're lucky, but because they're mentally free, detached, not tied to stress, not tied to people's opinions, not tied to the fear of failing. And guess what happens when a man isn't tied to fear? He becomes unstoppable. That's what you're learning today. Not just money, not just income. You're learning the state that makes income grow. So now the real question is, if calm men are winning, if detached men are rising, if clarity is the new skill, then how does a man build that calmness? How does he grow that silent power inside him? How does that power turn into real cash flow? If you're ready, we can go deeper. The secret cash flow advantage of men who don't rush. Here's something nobody will tell you. Some men get rich not because they work fast, but because they don't panic. They move slow, but they win fast. They take fewer steps, but each step hits harder. It looks like magic, but it's not magic. It's a mindset shift so rare that most men will never feel it in their entire life. And here's the part that will make you sit up. This same mindset makes you more attractive, more respected, more powerful, without doing anything extra. Why do so many men sprint into new ideas, only to burn out 2 weeks later? Why do guys chase every opportunity, yet never build anything stable or long-lasting? Why do men think the new economy is about speed, when the men who slow down, think clearly, and move smart are the ones quietly stacking cash? Why do most men feel guilty for being unavailable, like they owe everyone instant replies, instant time, instant attention, even though being too available drains their energy, their focus, and their masculine edge? Why do men fight for attention from women, bosses, friends, instead of creating lives where their absence is felt and their presence is respected? Why do guys panic whenever money dips for a moment, instead of trusting themselves long enough to let their strategy grow? Why can't most men hold stillness without feeling weak? Slowness creates power when slowness comes from clarity, not fear. In this new economy, where tools are fast, information is instant, and opportunities pop every second, your greatest advantage is not speed, it's composure. Composure is the rare currency. The man who stays calm when others rush, sees what others miss. He doesn't waste time on the wrong path. He doesn't chase noise. He avoids mistakes that take other men years to fix. This is how skillless men quietly build cash flow. Not from talent, not from superhuman effort, but from smart patience, a form of detachment that makes your brain work sharper. Calmness extends your vision. It lets you see 3 steps ahead, and when you see 3 steps ahead, you don't need 30 skills. You only need one good direction, and that direction prints money. The emotional power of not rushing. When a man stops rushing, something inside him changes. His breathing slows, his thinking clears, his energy becomes centered. People feel it, women feel it fast, because your calmness signals something deeper. You are not controlled by fear. No outcome controls you. No person controls you. No moment controls you. And this is the moment when the world begins to take you seriously. Calm men create better ideas. Calm men make cleaner decisions. Calm men build systems instead of chasing tasks. Calm men attract people, not because they try, but because people trust the man who doesn't break under pressure. Trust is the foundation of money. Trust is the foundation of attraction. Trust is the foundation of your aura, and calmness builds trust faster than anything. There's a man I knew who worked slower than everyone around him. People mocked him. They thought he was lazy. They thought he was too quiet, too simple, not ambitious enough. But while everyone else rushed into risky ideas, he watched, and he learned, and he waited. Then he acted once, not 10 times, just once. He set up a simple cash flow system that worked without him, not complicated, not fancy, just consistent. And because he wasn't rushing, he didn't break it, he didn't panic, he didn't change it 20 times, he let it grow. Now he's the one people ask for advice, and the funny part, he still moves slow, he just moves powerful. Because once a man builds calmness, he never goes back. So here's the real question for you now. If slow, calm, deliberate men are winning, how do you build that kind of mind? How do you become the man who moves with power while everyone else moves with panic? How do you shift from "I must rush" to "I move when I choose"? The men who disappear and come back stronger. Let me tell you something strange, something people rarely notice until it's too late. Some men disappear for a while, and when they return, they look different. Their eyes are calmer, their mind sharper, their energy heavier, like a man who carries something powerful inside him. And suddenly, everyone treats them different too. More respect, more attention, more attraction, almost like absence created a new version of them. But how? Why does stepping away make certain men more valuable instead of forgotten? Why do most men fear silence so much that they stay loud, busy, available, and over-present, even if it drains their spirit? Why do men think that being everywhere means being important? Why do so many guys rush into every conversation, every chat, every distraction, hoping someone notices them, when the truth is, the world respects the man who can walk away from noise? Why do men panic when they're not included, as if being unseen means being unwanted? Why do guys think that being constantly on makes them strong, when real strength is the ability to leave, reset, and rebuild? Why do men force themselves into spaces instead of creating a life so rich that people feel the gap when he's not there? Absence is not distance. Absence is transformation. When a man steps away, not to escape life, but to sharpen himself, he returns with more gravity. Most people don't understand this because they've never experienced it. They think absence means disconnection, lack of care, coldness. But real absence, the strategic kind, is about building yourself so deeply that when you return, you don't have to announce your growth. Your presence announces it for you. Here's the hidden advantage. People subconsciously value what they don't constantly see. Your absence isn't a loss, it's a silent investment. Think of it like this. A rare coin loses value when you can buy it anywhere. A rare painting loses value if copies are on every street. A rare man loses value when he becomes common, over-available, and predictable. But when you step away to build, to think, to strengthen your frame, to master your emotions, to create your systems, you return as a new version of yourself, not louder, not needier, but more grounded. How absence changes the way people feel you. When you step back from constant noise, your mind straightens out, your purpose becomes visible, your focus returns to you, your emotions calm down, and you stop reacting to every little thing. This shift is so powerful that others feel it instantly, even through text, even through silence. A calm man radiates stability. A stable man radiates confidence. A confident man radiates value, and value attracts everywhere, in business, in relationships, in leadership, in respect. Absence creates clarity. Clarity creates certainty. Certainty creates power. This is why the men who leave for a bit return with more pull than before. They didn't play games. They didn't run away. They didn't ghost. They evolved. I know a man who used to be everywhere, every group chat, every social media feed, every plan, every argument. He was always present and somehow always ignored. He was loud, but not respected, available, but not valued. One day he vanished. Not in anger, not in drama, just silence. People thought he was going through something sad, but he wasn't. He was sharpening, he was building, he was learning skills for income, he was cleaning his mind, he was rebuilding the foundation he should have built years ago, and when he returned, people felt the difference before he said a word. Women leaned in more, men treated him more carefully, opportunities found him instead of him chasing them. Why? Because absence gave him something presence couldn't. Depth. So the question for you now is simple. If absence builds value, How do you use it correctly? How do you step away without losing yourself or losing momentum? How do you return as a man who feels heavier, sharper, more grounded? The silent habit that makes you look powerful without trying. Have you ever wondered why some men walk into a room and people notice them even when they say nothing? Why does their quiet presence feel stronger than someone who talks loudly? Why does their calm face say more than a man who explains himself for hours? And why do women feel safe, drawn in, and curious around a man who barely speaks but still communicates everything? Now here's the question almost no one asks. What is that silent habit these powerful men have, and why does it make them magnetic without any effort? Let's go deeper. Have you ever caught yourself talking too much because you felt nervous? Have you ever explained yourself again and again just to avoid being misunderstood? Have you ever felt you needed to fill the silence so you don't look boring? Have you noticed how silence makes you uncomfortable but doesn't affect confident men at all? Why do some men feel scared of silence while others own it like it's their superpower? Why do women lean in when a strong man pauses, but check out or get bored when a man speaks without control? Why does silence make insecure men panic but make magnetic men look like they're thinking on a deeper level? Why is it that when a weak man goes quiet, he looks lost, but when a strong man goes quiet, he looks in control? What creates that difference? And here's the biggest puzzle. Why do women trust a man more when he speaks less, but speaks with purpose instead of constantly trying to prove himself? Let's break the real issue, the real problem most men never see. Most men don't realize the truth. Their silence is weak because their mind is noisy. Their thoughts are loud, their fears are loud, their insecurity is loud, their overthinking is loud. So when they are silent, their body betrays them, their face looks unsure, their eyes look confused, their energy feels shaky. They don't project strength. But then comes the painful part. Because of this, they start doing things like talking more than needed, explaining things nobody asked for, telling stories hoping to impress, adding details that don't matter, laughing too often, asking too many questions, filling every single silence, and the worst one, they start performing instead of just being. And once you start performing, you lose your power. Women can feel it instantly. So the real problem is not about talking too much. The real problem is you don't yet understand how to use silence as a weapon. But the high-value men, they know something different. Here's the truth most men have never been told. Silence becomes power only when your inner world is calm. A calm inner world equals your body language slows down, your face relaxes, your eyes become steady, your movements look intentional, your presence becomes heavier, your energy becomes grounded, your mind becomes clear. People feel your confidence instead of hearing it. Silence becomes a signal instead of a space. And this is where the magic happens. Women feel things in your silence that words can never create. Safety, mystery, authority, strength, emotional control, inner confidence, a deeper masculine presence. Women don't lean in because you talk. They lean in because your silence feels safe and powerful. And here is the value most men never learn. You don't attract by speaking. You attract by controlling your energy. Because when you are silent but strong inside, people don't think you're quiet, they think you're in command. The secret advantage of men who can slow down their energy. Have you ever noticed how some men don't rush, yet they always seem ahead? Have you seen a man move slowly, speak slowly, think slowly, and somehow he feels more powerful than men who move fast, talk fast, and think fast? Why does a man who slows down his energy look more confident, more masculine, and more in control? And why do women feel more attracted to a man with slow, grounded energy rather than a man who is always on fast forward? Here's the strange truth most men never question. Why does slowing down make you look stronger while rushing makes you look unsure? Let's open that door. Have you ever felt like your energy becomes restless when you're around a woman you like? Do you catch your hands moving too fast, your body shifting too much, your voice becoming slightly shaky? Do you ever feel your thoughts racing, trying to say the right thing, while your body betrays how nervous you feel? Do you sometimes laugh too quickly, respond too quickly, or speak before thinking just to avoid awkward moments? Why do you feel the need to keep up the pace when deep down you know that rushing makes you look less confident? Why do some men panic when conversations slow down, but high-value men look more powerful when everything slows down? Have you ever wondered why women trust men whose movements are calm, but doubt men who can't stop fidgeting? Why does quick energy make you look needy while slow energy makes you look like you own your space? Why does a man moving fast look like he's chasing something, while a man moving slowly looks like everything already comes to him? And most importantly, why do you feel less masculine when your energy is fast and shaky, but feel grounded when you slow down? Because something deeper is happening. Most men don't realize this. When your energy is fast, your insecurity becomes visible. Fast energy exposes you. Your anxiety, your lack of control, your emotional instability, your fear of judgment, your desire to please, your constant need for approval. Women can see it instantly. Fast energy equals you're trying too hard. But what makes it worse is this. Fast energy disconnects you from your masculine core. When your mind speeds up, your body becomes tense. When your body becomes tense, your presence becomes weak. When your presence becomes weak, your attraction drops. And once your attraction drops, you fall into the dangerous trap of over-explaining, over-talking, overthinking, overreacting, over-chasing. You give your power away without realizing it. But here's the terrifying part. You can speak the right words, have the right looks, say the perfect lines. Yet if your energy is fast, everything becomes unattractive. This is the silent killer of attraction. The high-value solution. Here's what powerful men know. A man's strength is measured by his ability to slow down, even in pressure. Slow energy equals clear mind, strong presence, grounded masculinity, calm emotions, higher thinking, better decision-making, powerful eye contact, controlled reactions, more trust, more attraction. Women feel deeply drawn to men who slow down because slow energy communicates confidence without words. Think about it. When you move slowly, it shows you're not afraid. When your eyes move slowly, it shows certainty. When your body stays still, it shows grounded masculinity. When your voice is slow and steady, it shows emotional control. Slow energy makes your presence heavy and magnetic. Fast energy makes your presence light and forgettable. Slow energy makes women lean in. Fast energy makes women pull back. Slow energy makes you unpredictable and mysterious. Fast energy makes you predictable and easy to read. Slow energy makes you look like the prize. Fast energy makes you look like the seeker. And the best part, slowing down gives you time to think, feel and respond like a high-value man. It gives you space to choose your words. It gives you presence to control the room. It gives you power to lead instead of react. This is one of the hidden advantages powerful men use every day. Now you must ask yourself, are you ready to learn how to slow down your energy so your presence becomes heavier, stronger, and more attractive than men who rush through everything? Have you ever seen a man stay completely calm even when someone tries to push his buttons, and somehow that calmness makes him look smarter, stronger, even a little dangerous? Why does a man who doesn't react instantly feel more powerful than a man who reacts in 1 second? Why does silence from a man sometimes speak louder than words? Most men never study this, and because of that they leak power they didn't even know they had. Let's open the curtain on something men rarely talk about. Why is a man who waits before reacting always 10 steps ahead? Why do you react fast when someone disrespects you? Why do you respond instantly when a woman says something confusing or emotional? Why does your heart speed up when you feel misunderstood and you rush to defend yourself? Do you ever wonder why your emotions jump out before your logic even wakes up? Why do you explain yourself too quickly? Why do you feel the urge to fix things immediately? Why do you try to calm situations instantly instead of observing them? Why does silence scare you, even though silence is the language of strong men? Why do you feel pressure to respond right away, as if someone will leave you if you take 10 seconds to breathe? Have you asked yourself why some men lose power the moment they speak, while other men gain power simply by not speaking yet? Why do women test men emotionally, and why do fast reactors always fail those tests, while calm, non-reactive men pass without doing much? And here's the kicker: why does reacting fast make you look weak, even when your intentions are good? Most men don't know this answer, but the truth is simple. The real problem: men are trained to react, not to think. Growing up, nobody teaches men emotional timing. Nobody teaches men the strength of pause. Nobody teaches men the power of holding their response until their emotions settle. So what happens? Men react too fast because they fear losing control, they want to avoid conflict, they want to be liked, they feel attacked. They confuse speed with strength. They think silence makes them look weak. They don't like uncertainty. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Instant reactions are emotional reactions, and emotional reactions come from fear, not power. A man who reacts fast looks bothered, insecure, overwhelmed, overly attached, defensive, emotionally shaky. Women feel this immediately. The more you react, the more you reveal, and the more you reveal, the easier you are to control. This is why men lose power without realizing it. They give their reactions to the world too easily. Powerful men know something simple: your first reaction is emotional, your second reaction is logical, your final reaction is powerful. That's why high-value men pause, they breathe, they observe, they watch the situation unfold before touching it. This pause does not make them slow, it makes them deliberate. The pause gives them clarity, emotional control, strategy, upper hand, masculine stability, respect, calm presence. Women feel safer around these men. Other men respect these men. Life bends easier for these men. Here's the secret nobody tells you. The man who waits controls the frame. The man who reacts lives inside someone else's frame. Waiting before reacting gives you space to choose your version of strength. It allows you to respond with a calm tone. Hold your ground without shouting. Let someone reveal more than they planned. Keep your power inside instead of leaking it. Make better choices. Stay unpredictable. Avoid emotional traps. Look more confident without trying. This is one of the most masculine skills you can ever build. And here's the best part. When you stop reacting fast, you stop being controlled. And when you stop being controlled, you become truly attractive. Your calmness becomes your edge. Your silence becomes your strength. Your response becomes your weapon. This is not about manipulation. This is about being a man who chooses his reactions instead of being dragged by them. The man who makes money because he is hard to distract. Have you ever watched a man stay locked in, like nothing around him could pull him away? Like the world is loud, but his mind is quiet, focused, sharp. And somehow, that kind of man makes more progress in 1 month than others make in 3 years. Ever wonder why? Why does a man who controls his attention end up controlling his future? Why do some men keep getting richer, while other men keep getting busier but stay broke? Let's open a door most men don't even know exists. The questions men are afraid to ask themselves: why is it so easy to get distracted today? Why is your phone more attractive than your goals? Why does a notification feel more urgent than your purpose? Why can you scroll for hours but struggle to work for 20 minutes? Why do you check your messages fast but move slow when it's time to build your life? Why does your focus break so quick? And why does that break your confidence too? Have you noticed that every time you lose focus, you also lose a little bit of respect for yourself? Why do you feel tired even if you didn't do anything truly hard? Why does your brain feel noisy even when the room is quiet? Why do you worry about money but avoid the silence required to build it? And here's the scariest one. Why do so many men trust their motivation but not their discipline? Because deep inside, they know their discipline is weak. Not because they're lazy, but because their attention has never been trained. Men don't protect their attention. Most men don't lose money, they lose focus, and when focus goes away, money follows behind it. Men suffer today because they chase stimulation instead of peace. Their attention is pulled in 20 directions. They don't know how to work without being watched. They let tiny distractions break huge goals. They keep resetting their progress. They let emotions steal their time. They think discipline must feel perfect to work. They believe success needs motivation. They feel guilty when they slow down. They never learned how to create deep silence. Here's what nobody tells you. Your attention is the new currency, and most men are broke. Attention decides how fast you learn, how well you grow, how calm your mind stays, how much money you eventually make, how women see your value, how stable your life becomes. A distracted man is a weak man. A focused man is a dangerous man. Let me tell you the truth you've been needing. If you can't control your attention, you can't control your future. This isn't a motivational line, this is the core of modern power. A man who can sit still and think can build anything. A man who can work without noise can climb any ladder. A man who can stay calm when others chase chaos will always be the rare one. And rare men win. Here's the deep value. Focus makes you scarce. Scarcity makes you valuable. Value makes you attractive. Attraction makes your life easier. When you are not always available, your presence becomes gold. When you don't answer instantly, your energy becomes meaningful. When you choose your time wisely, your confidence grows naturally. It's not ego. It's not manipulation. It's not playing games. It's simply this. You stop giving your life to distractions. You start giving it to your mission, and that's when women notice. That's when opportunities appear. That's when money flows easier. Because the world respects a man who respects his attention. There's one more layer here, one men never talk about. A distracted man feels empty. A focused man feels powerful. Power comes from knowing you can sit with yourself. Power comes from being able to work without applause. Power comes from being absorbed in what matters. This is the kind of man who grows quietly. This is the kind of man who builds cash flow silently. This is the kind of man who is not controlled by noise but by purpose. And purpose is magnetic. It's attractive. It's rare. So now here's the real question, the one that decides who you become. Do you want to be the man who gets distracted by everything, or the man who becomes unstoppable because he gets distracted by nothing? The silent skill that makes men rich when no one is watching. Let me ask you something strange. Have you ever met a man who seemed calm, not loud, not flashy, just calm, like he knows something the world doesn't, and somehow quietly, this same man makes money even when he's sleeping, even when he's walking, even when he's not working? Ever wonder how that happens? Why do some men get richer when they slow down, while others get poorer, even when they work harder? Why does peace pay more than stress? Let's tear this open. Why do so many men confuse stress with progress? Why do they think panic means productivity? Why do they believe that if they're not rushing, they're not winning? Why do men wake up tired before the day even starts? Why do they chase 10 things at once and complete none? Why do they think movement equals growth, even if the movement is in circles? Why do men ignore their inner voice, but listen to every noise around them? Why does the modern man feel guilty for resting? Why does silence scare him? Why does calmness feel like laziness to him? Why does he only feel valuable when he's stressed? Ever noticed how men brag about being busy, but never about being effective? Ever noticed how many men collect tasks but never build skills? Ever noticed how a man can work all day and still feel like he's falling behind? Ever noticed that the guy who stays calm somehow ends up on top? Why does the world reward calm minds but punish chaotic ones? Let me show you. The real problem. Men think action is everything, but energy is the real currency. Most men don't burn out from work. They burn out from wasted energy. They burn out from caring too much about opinions, trying to impress everyone, chasing validation, fearing the future, comparing themselves, worrying instead of acting, forcing everything, never resting, fighting battles that don't matter. They burn out because they never learned the core truth. Money flows to calm men. Chaos kills your ability to build wealth. A calm man sees opportunities instantly. A chaotic man misses them even if they hit him in the face. A calm man makes decisions slowly but correctly. A chaotic man makes them fast but foolish. A calm man creates cash flow. A chaotic man creates stress flow. Calmness is not soft. Calmness is a weapon. Let me give you something powerful. Calmness is a skill. Calmness is a form of intelligence. Calmness is masculine energy at its highest level. Not the fake cool guy calm, not the pretend I don't care calm. I'm talking about the deep calm that comes from knowing you can handle life. You know what calmness really means? It means your emotions don't make your decisions. Your fear doesn't choose your path. Your anxiety doesn't drive your actions. Your past doesn't block your future. Your success doesn't come from luck. Your failures don't break you. It means your mind is steady enough to see the world the way it actually is. And here's the secret. When your mind becomes calm, your ideas become sharper. Your judgment becomes stronger. Your money-making skills multiply. Calm men learn faster. Calm men think clearer. Calm men act cleaner. Calm men take better risks. Calm men attract better people. Calm men build better relationships. Calm men build wealth without losing themselves. This is why some men earn while looking effortless. Their nervous system isn't draining their power. Their mind isn't fighting itself. Their energy is not leaking everywhere. They move slow, but they grow fast. They speak less, but their words hit harder. They work calmly, but their results look extreme. Calmness builds aura, and aura builds cash flow. Women feel safe around calm men. People trust calm men. Businesses rely on calm men. Opportunities move toward calm men. Calmness creates presence. Presence creates influence. Influence creates income. When you are calm, you become more respected, more trusted, more attractive, more valuable. And the crazy part, calmness is rare, and anything rare becomes expensive. You become the man who doesn't chase, the man who doesn't beg, the man who isn't desperate, the man who sees clearly, the man who makes moves silently, the man who women admire without you trying, the man who money finds because you're stable enough to hold it. Calmness is the soil where wealth grows. The final shift, becoming the man who no longer needs to try. Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment you stop trying to prove yourself, the world suddenly begins to notice you. The moment you no longer compete for attention, people start giving it to you willingly. Not detachment, not absence, not silence, not scarcity, something far deeper. This is about identity shift, the single most powerful psychological move a man can make. And the one thing that makes women chase, respect, trust, and stay attracted without you doing anything. This is the page where everything finally clicks together. This is the page where you walk out as a different man than the one who walked in. This is the page that gives you the actual solution, the most powerful force in attracting women, a man's internal identity. Here's something almost no man understands. Women don't respond to your tactics. They respond to the identity those tactics come from. Two men can do the same action. One waits before replying and she loses interest. Another waits before replying and she gets more attracted. Why? Because the first man is acting out of fear. The second man is acting out of self-belief. Same action, different identity, opposite result. People think attraction is about strategy, but attraction is always about identity. Women feel the man you are, not the man you pretend to be. The identity that keeps women chasing without you trying. Don't worry, this isn't spiritual or abstract. This is practical psychology. A man becomes effortlessly attractive when he reaches the identity level where he no longer needs validation, approval, reassurance, constant attention, proof that he's enough, confirmation that she still cares. When a man stops needing these, something powerful happens. He becomes emotionally expensive, not because he's distant, not because he's cold, but because he is whole. Women chase wholeness. Women crave certainty. Women attach to stability. When you don't need anything from her emotionally, she feels safe enough to give you everything emotionally. This is the identity shift that flips the entire dynamic. You go from the man hoping she chooses you to the man she cannot afford to lose. The real source of masculine power, decisiveness without explanation. Let's add another powerful layer, one not mentioned in previous pages. A high-value identity is not loud. It's not aggressive, it's not mysterious, it's not fake confidence, it's decisive energy. A man with a strong identity does not over-explain, convince, beg, justify, chase closure, ask for permission to be himself. Instead, he moves with quiet certainty. He doesn't react to life, he leads it. Here's why this matters. When a woman meets a man who doesn't need to check whether his actions are okay, something fires inside her. It's instinctive, primordial, subconscious. Women are biologically wired to respect decisiveness. It signals safety, stability, direction, and emotional strength. When you become this man, not for her, but because it is your identity, the dynamics shift forever. She relaxes, she opens, she invests, she attaches, she tries. She protects the connection. She values you because you value yourself first. The secret that completes everything you've learned so far. Every earlier page gave you tools: scarcity, detachment, emotional control, self-worth, masculine presence, direction, personal purpose, calmness, silence, patience. But there is something deeper than all of them. Identity makes all tools automatic. When you are a certain type of man, you no longer need to try to act like him. You don't use strategies. You naturally express them. That's the difference between a man who forces attraction and a man who is attraction. This page is your shift into the second category. The final step, becoming the man who doesn't break. Let's give you the real solution, the one that ends the cycle forever. A man becomes truly powerful when he stops negotiating with his own value. When he reaches the identity level where he says, "I don't lose myself for anyone." Because a man who doesn't lose himself never loses attraction, never loses respect, never loses control, never loses options, never loses a woman, because women don't walk away from stability, they walk away from insecurity. Once you master this final identity shift, something amazing happens. You stop chasing peace from women, and women start chasing peace from you. You stop trying to feel enough, and women start trying to be worthy of you. You stop trying to make her choose you, and she realizes you were the prize the whole time. This entire journey has been building toward this one realization. The strongest attraction in the world comes from a man who is no longer controlled by his need for attraction, and that identity, that mindset, that energy, that inner stability is exactly what you have been handed in these pages. You now have the foundation, self-worth, the frame, emotional control, the leverage, scarcity, the mystery, absence done right, the alignment, purpose, the power, detachment, the final transformation, identity shift. This is the complete solution. This is the full circle. This is the permanent change. You are no longer the man chasing approval. You are the man women chase for emotional safety. And once you become that man, you don't lose anymore. Not attraction, not respect, not yourself. That is the final power. That is the real win. That is the end and the beginning.